Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, November the 30th. That's right, the last official day of November. That means tomorrow is December, and oh baby, that's exciting. Because that means everybody's favorite day is coming. That's right, I'm talking about the 5th of December. What? Also, strategy-wise, pull right in through the front, let your troops, hookah, whatever, blow up the sniper tower. If you really feel you need to, blow up the rocket launcher and you're going to get a nice easy win. Excuse me. Now, on level 2, there is a boom cannon right in front of the base, and it does need to be taken out. So make sure you throw some GBE at that, share it whatever damage you can with the cannon right next to it, and your tank should have no problem taking out the sniper tower, and then they'll be free and clear to move on to Stage 3. Stage 3, coming up the left-hand side, obviously there are some machine guns. We love machine guns with tanks because it means we're not going to take any damage. Heck yeah! So, blow things up with your crazy tanks. Now, some might veer off towards that clump with the sniper tower and stuff. You can actually outrange that, so you don't even need to worry about it. If any of them kind of go on there, you can let them be distracted and let them do their thing, but it's not necessary. You can pull them over to the killing spot where pretty much my tanks were parked right there, and it'll be perfectly fine. Stage 4. Now, I tried a couple different ways because I was like, oh, I think this looks good. No, it does. Oh my god. Honestly, the best thing I found, full-on front face roll right into the shock launcher and sniper tower. Now, here's the thing. Well, blow up with GBE the boom cannons, obviously. But then, once you're done the boom cannon, land your tanks. It's going to take them a while to blow up the non-defensive buildings down right near the beach, but it's going to give you extra GBE. And the shock launcher will continue to shock you, but that's okay, because you're not in range of the rocket launchers, you're not in range of the sniper tower. Basically, you're taking like next to no damage from that shock. It will slow things down a little bit, but you should hopefully have time. If you use this strategy and you find yourself running out of time, because you just don't have the DPS, then one, boost your damage statue and you'll be laughing. But if that's not an option, then that's when you're probably going to have to look into, you know, throwing a shock down on the sniper tower and shock launcher earlier, and then just passing right by those non-defensive buildings, because that'll chew up your shock time, I guess. And you know, the amount of GBE you're going to get isn't going to balance things out, so yeah, just roll right past them. Okay. Anyways, if you do have to shock early and often down there, make sure you save a little bit for up here, because as you saw, there are 2 critical shocking points where you can throw down a shock and take out all the defenses around the HQ, and it makes it incredibly easy for your tanks to roll up and get a nice easy win. Also, if you're rolling like hookah, you're probably going to want to have some of those shocks for the rocket launchers, because otherwise it's going to be Zooka clobbering time, and you know, no one wants to be part of that. Okay, now, next stage, 5. I don't even remember what I did here. Oh yeah, I do. I went right up the right up the middle. Yeah. Well, I went right-hand side, but yeah, full-on face roll. Once again, I was looking at it. There's a bunch of boom cannons and shock launchers and all kinds of crazy things over to the left, and there's, you know, mines and... No, just skip all of it. Go as far over to the right-hand side. Now, if you blew up that boom cannon with your GBE, as you should have, those 2 towers... excuse me. Those 2 towers are going to be nice and easy to take out, because they're already going to be damaged from taking out the boom cannon. So just, I let the tanks kind of clean up the sniper towers. Not that it was necessary, but It was kind of easy GBE, and I figured, alright, you know what? Why not? I don't care. Now, here's where things get a little interesting, because obviously I started goofing around just to finish things off quicker. But if you flare pretty much like right on top of that building health statue that I've got sitting right there, if you flare everything onto that, you're going to be in the safe zone, and you're just going to bomb the HQ into oblivion. Nothing's... Like, there's going to be some rocket launchers shooting at you, but nothing serious. Obviously, I started tossing critters and blowing up rocket launchers and doing all kinds of craziness. I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that there's a sniper tower right there, slowly trying to kill my tank. But obviously it didn't matter that much. It didn't work through, but if you got lower level troops, you definitely don't want your tanks drifting out that far or that close to the sniper tower. On to 6. 6 is absolutely wonderful. There are 2 shock launchers and a boom cannon that are in range of the HQ, and they all need to die, but they don't need to die until like really, really late into the attack. And as you can see, on the left-hand side here, there's like an entire field of machine guns and flamethrowers, and it's just kind of like, well, yeah, if you're gonna just throw it at me, I'm not gonna say no, you know, I'm gonna take it, because my goodness, all that GVE is gonna make this attack incredibly easy. As you can see, because of the amount of health left, I used my critters to finish off the shock launchers. Just a good way of spreading the cost around, because, you know, I threw a bunch of artilleries, I threw a bunch of barrages, and my critters were still nice and cheap, and I knew they'd be able to take it out. If you've got the lower level artillery and barrages, so you have to spend more to kind of finish those 2 buildings off, it might be a nice reprieve for you. You can't rely on them for a whole bunch of damage, but you can rely on them for just enough. Like, if you see the health bar and you see no, I guess, what is it, purple? Then that's the perfect time to toss down the critters to finish off a building. Assuming there's not any flamethrowers or shock launchers or any crazy things that would, you know, cause problems with poor critters. Anyways, I kind of smoked past just because that one cannon looked really sketchy. He's kind of like that creepy dude who sits in the shadows while you're walking down the street, and you're just like, is he going to mug me, or is he doing something incredibly inappropriate in the shot? Like, you know, I don't know if I want to be around him. I'm gonna get out of here and run away. Same sort of deal. You may not have to actually smoke your way past that cannon if you're looking to shave some GBE off of the, I guess, the overall attack, because you're a little on the short side. Moving into 7, obviously take out the shock launcher, and then I threw the critters. It's a wonderful way to distract the sniper towers and the cannons and the boom cannons, and more importantly the boom cannons, as your tanks kind of clump up and start taking out defenses. This attack is really nice and easy, because once you take out the first boom cannon, the second shock you can just toss right down on top of that little cluster, and you can take out the cannons and the boom cannon all in one foul swoop. And I guess technically the flamethrower, but really no one cares about the flamethrower. Like, come on, it's a flamethrower. So once you've taken that all down, head all the way over to the far right once again, and you're just kind of coasting up along the edge of the map there. You should be out of range of anything too scary, and if you're really careful with your, I guess, your flare placement, you can bypass at least the majority of the mines. I did get kind of sloppy with my medics there. They started getting all kinds of crazy, and one of the cannons did jump out and do horrible, horrible things. But with one shock, you can get pretty much the whole cluster of defenses on the right-hand side of the HQ, which is 100% key, because once those defenses are down, it's wide open. Like, there's literally one mortar that can shoot at you. And it's a good thing, because you know what? You're going to get out of your tanks, you're going to leave them parked there, they're going to keep doing their thing, and you're going to just walk away. You're going to go get a coffee, maybe a Hot Pocket from your microwave. And the reason for this is, this freaking HQ, assuming I did my math right, and I might have, like, completely miscalculated, but this HQ is supposed to have 544,000 hit points, which is freaking up there, man. So, anyways, hopefully this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And most importantly, of course, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.